Alright, my phone is charged up and ready to go. Alright, so going to the Wii U. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. It's a good game. Hard to go back to. Uh, that's actually when I got quite competitive. I mainly actually got competitive in the 3DS version, mainly. But it's still a fun time. Some of the physics are a little bit slower than what I'm used to now. But whatever. Mario Kart 8, good game. I already said my piece about it. Same with Super Mario 3D World. Same about that. Yeah, this is mostly repeats because they're mostly on the Switch now. Super Mario Maker, the first one. It was a fun time. I did have a good time. Playing other people's levels. I didn't really create my own, so unfortunately the servers are shut down on this one, so that kind of blows. Mario Party Tad. Yeah. And nothing to say. Yoshi's Woolly World, absolutely just fun game. I did a playthrough of this one. I would say this is a great time. Best use of amiibos as well. So I would recommend getting Yoshi's Woolly World. Wind Waker HD. I actually did a playthrough of this version. I actually got this, funnily enough, on New Year's way back in 2014. So this is kind of a funny thing. I did finally get a physical copy of it. Yeah, I would say get this version with the quality of life changes. All right, now we got my last version of Twilight Princess, the Wii U version. And yes, it does look a lot better. I don't like what they did with the item system, where they got rid of the circle. They made it a grid like the usual Zeldas, but the circle is honestly the better version. But overall, it's good. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I have not played this yet, and I need to. It looks so cute. I love the clay too. This is a sequel to Dream Curse. What was it? Canvas Curse. Okay, there we go. Star Fox Zero. I did a playthrough of this one. It's a good game, but it's bogged down with bad ideas. If you want to play it, I would say go for it. Get a copy cheap, which actually usually is the case. I also have the version with the Star Fox, what was it, Guard. It's actually in the box still, but I'm not really too keen on displaying that one. I don't give a shit about it. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, said my piece. Paper Mario Color Splash. It's good. I haven't beaten it because my sister took the Wii U when she moved, so I never got to finish this one. Let's see. Nintendo Land, absolutely blast of a game. It's Nintendo's amusement park before they actually built an amusement park, and it's just a fun time. I love the Luigi's Mansion, the Donkey Kong barrel course. My favorite. That's my favorite one out of all the mini games. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed, my favorite Sonic racing game. It's so good. It's so fun. It's smooth on terms of transform, like the races. This was the first Wii U game I ever bought too. This is not my original copy though, because I forgot what I did with my original copy, but I re-bought this one and I'm happy I did. Sonic Lost World. I did a playthrough of it. Just play it and you would, or just play it, just watch that playthrough and you would know how much frustration I fucking had for that game. I'm eventually going to do the DLC for this, or maybe a separate video one day, because I did jailbreak my Wii U and I could actually access the DLC now. So that's going to be interesting. DuckTales Remastered. I do like this. I need to play more of it. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I just picked this up today, and this is the Wii U version where it comes with special Mario skins in a special mushroom mode. So I need to eventually try this one out. It's actually in the Wii U now when I wanted to test it. Injustice. This is actually what got me into the NetherRealm fighting games. So this is like a special place. I could actually, with the jailbroken Wii U, I could access the DLC to this as well. Alright, so let's go to the other shelf. Alright. So, starting with this one. Let me move Koopa, the Spike. Spiny. There we go, Spiny. Alright, so let me get these out of the way. Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. Classic. I love it. My mom especially loves it. We like to play it here and there together. Fun time. I do prefer the second game a little bit more. It's just a fun time. I especially like the pirate aesthetic. It's super good. So yeah. Also, I got these cases from Game Relics. I'm not sponsored by them, but they are really good at like displaying, your cartridge games, keeping them safe. I need to catch up a lot, especially in the Super Nintendo front. See, Super Mario Brothers All-Stars. Fun game, or set of games. It's a collection of all of them. Great way to play the classics. Super Mario Kart. This game has not aged the best, but it can be a fun time. Alright, let me move these 64 games back. Alright. Super Metroid. Fucking legendary for reasons. I would say definitely play this one any way you can. Yeah, just play it. It's good. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Legendary. Very fun. Very good 2D game. Or 2D Zelda game. Yeah, I would love to do a stream of this, or a playthrough. The original Smash Brothers. Yeah, it's the first game. It has first game syndrome. But it is some of the most biggest humble beginnings of a franchise ever. And it's so good. Alright, Mario Kart 64. Great game. I love Mario Kart. 64 is very fun. Some of the tricks I wish they would bring back, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Let's see, Super Mario 64. What hasn't been said? It's a good game. Paper Mario, the original. Yeah, it's a good game. I've only played the Virtual Console version of it, but I managed to get a hard copy, and the manual is in here. Let me get it. Actually, I also have the manual for these three as well. Same thing for Mario All-Stars. I also put the Super Mario World in there, and the Zelda Link to the Past. So yeah, you see, this thing is fucking expensive too. The manual itself is expensive. I think it was like $20. Oh shit! All right. So yeah, the Link to the Past one is like really cool because it actually gives you like a story summary of, what's going on. I think actually right before the events of the game. Let me scoot these, and here's the manual for Yoshi's Island, actually. As you can see in my Super Nintendo Mini. Also, the only two NES games I have, Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt, and Little Mermaid that I got from my mom. Since Little Mermaid's like her favorite movie of all time. Or one of them. Mario Party. Again, first game syndrome. It's brutal as hell. It's probably the most brutal. But fun time. Mario Party 2. This is where it really ramped up and became everyone's favorite. I wish they bring back the costumes. Mario Party 3. I still actually haven't put time into this one. But honestly, from what I have seen, I think this would be like a probably top 5. It's actually also the first game that introduced like the 3 item system. This one brought items, but this one like let you carry 3 at a time. Mario Tennis, I played a lot with my mom on the Virtual Console, and then like I actually got this version. I also have the manual for Mario Party 2. I think I don't have it for 1 yet. Ocarina of Time, I actually just got the case for this one if you didn't see my post. Yeah, Ocarina of Time, it's good. Legendary. I actually have the gold card which is the uncensored version. Yeah, bitches. It costs a pretty penny, but I actually got kind of lucky. I won like a scratch off or something. No, it was like a lotto ticket. I buy them for my folks. And they're like, hey, you keep the money since you keep buying these for us. So I was like, okay. And I immediately bought that. Kirby and the Crystal Shards. I've been actually playing this recently with my modded HDMI 64. It's been a fun time. The controls actually like I'm surprised this is one of the few N64 games that you control Kirby with the D-pad. So it's like I'm holding an N64 controller in a way I never had before. Now for my favorite game of all time, Banjo-Kazooie. Yes. This is my favorite, childhood favorite. Banjo-Kazooie. Yes. I love it. It like Mario 64 established the 3D platformer collectathon rules, did a great job. Banjo-Kazooie perfected it. And then we got the sequel Banjo-Tooie, which I want to play again, especially with my more like experience and taste of games, especially how I feel about backtracking now, where I'm not as opposed to it. So one of these days I'll go back to Banjo-Tooie, maybe as a playthrough. I still have not beaten Canary Mary, and that is the only pagey I am missing. Yeah, it was like a Cheeto's page that is missing. Yeah, pages are from Ukulele. What am I thinking? But the page from Cheeto, that's the only one I'm missing. All right, Donkey Kong 64. I would never 100% this game again, unless it's on as a playthrough. It'll be one of these days. Diddy Kong Racing, very fun game. Not much I can say. I don't play this one as much, but it's a fun time. Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's a fun game. It's aged, and like poorly in the mechanics wise, but super funny game. I love the humor, especially with Greg the Reaper. All right, let's see. I guess I'll just tackle the Game Boy Advance. I also have this pouch here that has some more. Let's see. They just don't have cases yet. Mario Kart Super Circuit, which I love. I honestly, I do have a bit of a bias or rose tinted glasses for this one. I love this game. Is it great or perfect? No. But I put a lot of hours into this one. This is actually the first one that brought retro tracks first, not Mario Kart DS. All right, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Definitely a very fun RPG. I also have the manual on this one. I think actually a good chunk of these I actually have the manual for. But yeah, it's a great RPG, a great beginning to a series as well. I would say, like everyone else, Bowser's Inside Story is my favorite. Second place it goes to, Partners in Time. I also have the manual for this. I also have the manual for this one. This was the first time I ever played Mario 2, and I was a dumb kid, and I still have not beaten this. Super Mario World for the Game Boy Advance. I have the manual for this, and oh shit. There we go. I have the manual and this little map that comes with the Game Boy Advance version, which unfortunately doesn't fit in the case, so it just has to be over there, unfortunately. But Mario World, it's a good game. That goes for this version and the Super Nintendo version. I didn't get the manual for this one, but Yoshi's Island, this was the first time I ever played Yoshi's Island, and I loved it. Super Mario Bros. 3. It's Super Mario Bros. 3. What can I say? It's a great game. Let's see. Mario Party Advance. It exists. I actually got the game at the con, and then I got the case. So yeah, Wario Land 4, my favorite Wario Land. And weird thing about this one, I have the Japanese game. It works on the American DSs, so I got it. I wanted a hard copy. I managed to get a hard copy. It's the Japanese version. I don't care. I also got the manual for this one. It's also a little rare for this one. That manual. All right, WarioWare Incorporated. Definitely like this game. It's super fun. This was the beginning of the WarioWare games. Uh, Great humble beginnings. It still holds up pretty well with its micro games. My very first 2D Zelda game, Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. They did an amazing job at like the whole like turning small into this world, and like like it changes the whole landscape when you turn small, and it's so great how they implemented that. And some of the dungeons you have to be small, and like things that aren't usually dangers are now dangers. Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. I did do a playthrough of this, and I love this game. The only terrible thing about it is this box art. I think this box art is honestly awful. Sonic Advance, fun game, but the best one, Sonic Advance 2. I especially love the music part. That one rocks. I love the animation where like Sonic kicks up his foot when he like jumps off the xylophones. Sonic 3 or Sonic Advance 3, my least favorite. I don't like the team mechanic. I don't like finding Chow and all that. Sonic Battle, which I actually also have the manual for this one inside. I haven't played it yet. Sorry, Shinko Floor. Shout out to Shinko. But I still have not played this one. I haven't gotten the chance to. Crash, Huge Adventure. Very fun game. I love it. I remember trading my original copy with a friend. No. Okay, no, this is it's the second one. This the original one was my brother's that like he lended it to me, and I think I sold that for like an iPod 4 at the time. This one I traded in my brother's copy of New Super Mario Bros. DS. He moved away back to California. I'm not, well, he's like my stepbrother, but whatever. But since he left his copy of New Super Mario Bros. DS, I had a friend that wanted that game. So I traded him his copy of Crash 2 Entranced for that, and another banger for the Game Boy Advance. It's a really good one. I also have the manual for this, and I shit you not, I waited for this case to pop up on Game Relics for so fucking long. When it finally came up, I was like, okay, sold, there. Because these two games shared the case for a good while. Let me get this unzipped. Alright. Let's see here. Let me pull this out. Namco Museum. It's just a great way to play the Namco games on the go. Donkey Kong Country 2. This was actually the first, like the way I played it originally. Let's see. The only Game Boy game I have, Tetris, which I need to get a case for this one eventually. Yeah, it's Tetris. It's a great time. Gem Smashers. I actually managed to get this one to work again. It's a fun classic. It was actually my brother's originally, but unfortunately, I can't. The Game Relics doesn't have the case yet. I would really love to get a case. I think that's all of them in here. Yeah, that's just mainly stylus and then like the switch slide things, the wrist straps. Alright, here's the rest of the Super Nintendo games. Doom. This like Super Mario Brothers. This thing like sticks out like a sore thumb. It's crazy, but I love it. Oh, also it's like a terrible version, but I like it. Star Trek. I don't give a shit about Star Trek. My mom got it for the Super Nintendo when she got the what do you call it? The retro. What was it? I think they're called Retrobit. Yeah, Retrobit, the company that does like a lot of really good stuff for classic consoles and whatnot. James Bond Jr. I have not played this yet. My mom has been telling me there's a 2D James Bond game that she's been wanting to play, and but like she will describe it as just a 007 game that she's played. And I immediately think the one on N64. Turns out it's not. So we haven't gotten a chance to test this one out, but one day. Cool Spot. It's a very fun product placement game. I'm not gonna lie. I do love the music. Cool Spot is cool. It's a very fun, simple idea. Uh, Daffy Duck, the Marvin missions. I played it for a bit. It's okay. Wizard of Oz. Not my cup of tea. My mom really loves it though. Bust a Move, which I bought. It's like a sequel to Bubble Bobble. It's like I don't know how to describe it because it's like a ball launcher. I think it's like a ball launcher game where like you try to match the colors and like the balls fall, get points. Chuck Rock, I still have not played, unfortunately. Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo, which I need to get the case since I also have the manual. But Yoshi's Island, it's a good game, classic. Also, my mom's favorite game of all time. Super Mario World, it's Super Mario World. Come on, it's a banger. All right, this is a bootleg copy of this game, Metal Warriors. The local store, they caught that it was a bootleg, and they just gave it to me for free. So I wasn't like you could tell, like the quality of the plastic is super different. So hey, free game is a free game. I kind of want to try it out. Super Street Fighter 2. Or no, it's just Street Fighter 2. My dad and I played it from time to time. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. Oh, Lord. Where do I begin? Confusing mess. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. Lion King. Very fun. Somewhat. I mean, it's pretty challenging, but I haven't touched it in a good while. Aladdin. I actually really like this one the most out of all the Disney games. Jungle Book, I did not put much time into. So I don't have much to say about that one. Alright, now we get into the handhelds. Alright, so let me move Pimp Kirby out of the way. Move the stylus for, what is it called? Phantom Hourglass. And my DS, move that out of the way. Alright, so Mario Kart DS, fun game. I remember wanting to borrow my cousin's copy, and he would not let me for some ungodly reason. I finally got my own copy, motherfucker. So there we go. I love Mario Kart DS. New Super Mario 64 DS. Very fun version. I think it's better to play it on the 3DS because of the circle pad. So I would recommend playing it that way. Oh my gosh. The amount of hours I put into this game is quite staggering. I always play as Luigi once I unlock him. So Luigi Gang, rise up. So yeah, this is a great game. This was the beginning of the new Super Mario Bros. So none of that fatigue was there. Because it was like the first time in a long time Super Mario Brothers got like a 2D side scroller. Alright, here we go. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Very fun game. I still need to beat it. I am very close to the end. I just dropped it for some reason. There we go. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. The GOAT of the Mario and Luigi games. Definitely the best. Alright, Mario vs. Donkey Kong March of the Minis. Very fun way of playing Lemmings. I remember beating this and having a good time. Nintendo, why have you not made the mini Marios a thing still? IRL. Alright, I have not played this one, but this was one I wanted for many, many years. I got it at the convention. So I eventually will play it again. Why are the minis not? Nintendo, you're allergic to money, I guess. I'll take your entire stock. Mario Party DS. Very, very solid Mario Party on the handheld. Probably the only good handheld Mario Party. So I would recommend playing this, if even emulation if you have to. Yoshi's Island DS. I still have not touched this one, and I really, really want to. I just got busy with so many other games. Yoshi Touch and Go. It's a game. It's a fun game. I managed to find a copy with the actual case, so it's fun. There's only 3 or 4 levels. So yeah, it's not the longest game, it's just an okay game. WarioWare touched I think my favorite out of all the WarioWares. Definitely would recommend giving this one a shot if you're not too scared of ruining your fucking screen. If not, just emulate it and use your mouse. WarioWare or Wario Master of the Skies, which I actually do now have a case for. Yeah, I dropped it for a reason. I was actually enjoying it, but I don't know why I dropped it. Now, this one is actually personal. Mario Hoops 3-on-3. When I was a kid, I did have a basketball phase. This game came out at the right time, and I wanted it so badly. And I never got it until so many years later. And I still haven't gotten to play it. I think it's also made by Square Enix, because like Final Fantasy characters are in it as well. They also did like the Mario Sports Mix for Wii. Alright, so here's a bit of a fun one. Kirby Superstar Ultra. After 15 years, I managed to find another copy with the case. Actually, no. I just found the game at a GameStop, because I had the case the whole time with the manual, but the game, a friend's dog chewed it, and when I let her borrow it, and actually, here's that game that I've actually kept after all these years. I just like how it looks, so that's why I keep it. But since after 15 years, I managed to find a copy of this, and now I can't stop finding other copies. That's how it works. Kirby Squeak Squad. I put a little time in it. It's a little weird with the mouse mechanic. I need to put more time into it to understand it. Actually, this is another one I got at the con. Same with Canvas Curse right here. I'm really enjoying it. It's actually in my DS right now. But yeah, I need to put more time into it. This is another game I'm very close to beating, Phantom Hourglass, and I gotta say, it's a very solid Zelda game. I need to beat it. I've been like probably the last time I need to do the temple with the whale temple, or the Ocean King? Yeah, the Ocean King temple. So eventually I'm going to beat this. Since I have not beaten that, I have not touched Spirit Tracks, which actually the shop gave me a good deal on both of these because I bought them both. Let's see. Metro Prime Hunters. I actually managed to get a case for this one. It's a fun way of playing Metroid Prime. It gets a little old and confusing, to be honest, especially when the other hunters attack you for some odd reason. But a big deal is that Silux, I think his name is going to be in Metroid Prime 4. So that's going to be interesting that they're connected in the games. Diddy Kong Racing on the DS. There's not much to say other than what the fuck is with Tiny Kong's design in this. And I hear it's like the worst version. What's funny enough, though, is that I bought it at a GameStop. But the local game shop I go to, their business card is here. And they kept it in there. They kept the competition's business card in the case. So that's quite funny. All right, Sonic Rush, an absolute classic. I remember my mom getting this for me for a road trip uh, to Louisiana to visit my grandparents, and I love it quite a bit. I mean, I have not beaten it because the fucking button mashing one as a kid, I could not beat it except for one time, but I got a blister on my thumb and it hurt like a bitch. But I love Sonic Rush. Sonic Colors is actually a solid one for the DS. It's actually a little bit different than the Wii version, so I would recommend trying this one out. Let's see, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and the Winter Olympic Games. I have not touched this one, but this one I put a lot of stupid time in. I never played the Wii version actually. No, correction. I played the Wii version at my youth group, but I never actually owned. But I did play this one a lot. When I had gotten stitches in my leg, and my mom got me this game. It was just the game alone, not the case, so I eventually got the case. Beautiful Joe for the DS. Double Trouble, I think it's called. Yeah, Double Trouble. Need to actually try it out. I hear it's actually pretty terrible. Pack and Roll. I thought it was a cool concept. I need to actually play it. But it's like, you roll Pac-Man around courses. So it looks interesting. I hear this is a good game. Picross 3D. I got a good deal on it, so I picked it up. Drawn to Life. This is actually my sister's game, and I have not played it. I found it in storage. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Cooking Mama. So, when I used to work at my old job, Full Detail will bring me any games they find in the cars that they clean out because they're traded in, and they, no longer, the customers no longer have it or whatever. This actually had New Super Bros. DS in it, and I didn't have the actual Cooking Mama game. I now have it in the game. I actually managed to get it at the local game store, and yeah, I haven't even touched it, but I just find it a funny story. The same to go for Pets Dogs. One of the guys from Full Detail, and he also was like kind of like the handyman around the place. He kind of made fun of the fact that I played video games, so he gave me this game as a joke, and I just gleefully took it. I'm like, thanks, I'll put it in my fucking collection. Oh gosh. All right, now we're getting to pretty much the final stretch of this game. This whole collection from Nintendo. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. I put a lot of fucking time into this version, mainly because I was mostly playing on my handheld in my room because I wasn't able to play on the console. So I put more time on this version than the Wii U, but I liked it. It was a great way of playing Smash Brothers at the time. Mario Kart 7, very solid Mario Kart. Very good, actually. I hate that there's no just versus race where you could just race, your favorite tracks. So that's pretty dumb. Super Mario 3D Land, very great handheld game. I hope eventually we get like a console version of that since we got Luigi's Mansion 2. So yeah, I would recommend playing this game eventually. Let's see, New Super Mario Bros. 2, the most gimmicky of the games, and honestly, I would say probably the least favorite, because it's like at the time, like they kept advertising about the collect 1,000,000 coins. Yeah, it's not the best. Pretty good DLC though. For the coin rush mode, and it was decent. Luigi's Mansion 3DS, as I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty solid version, no slouch. I would recommend if there's a way to play it. If you have a 3DS, unfortunately it's like $70 for this version of the game. Let's see, Luigi's Mansion 2, you already know my feelings about it. Here's the remake of Superstar Saga, which is a good way. Although Europe has a better version of the box art. It's more closer to the Game Boy Advance box art. They just made it more in line with what we got in America, or actually for most of the games. After They kept this style since Bowser's Inside Story. Let's see, Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I really like this one actually, especially because it was like based off of Luigi. This was during Year of Luigi in 2013. Uh, so I really like the whole concept. Luigi gets quite a bit of the mechanics, and it's a very good game. I wish I could say for the same for Paper Jam. It's honestly the most forgettable out of all of them. Sticker Star. Fuck. Worst Paper Mario. Next. I actually just got this today. Yoshi, or Poochie in Yoshi's Woolly World. Unfortunately, I don't have the Poochie amiibo. But this is the one where you could create your own Yoshis. And it's Yoshi's Woolly World on the go. What can I say? It's perfect already. New Yoshi's Island. I still have not touched this one. And I hear more bad things than anything. A great way to play Donkey Kong Country Returns until the Switch version. This has the added levels, which they're going to bring into the HD version. So I would just say wait for the HD version. Or as of this recording, it hasn't been out yet. It's like 15 days out. The Mario Tennis Open, I actually put a lot of time in. I remember going into the website and having a blast, like scanning the QR codes with my 3DS and like unlocking more characters. That was cool. Here's another. I think there's actually a few more games from the con I got these games from. Let's see, Puzzle Dragon Z plus Mario Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition. This is actually sealed, and I do have 2 of these games. One of them is actually in my Club Nintendo case right here. But it's a very fun puzzle game. I would actually seek out that one. Mario Party Island Tour. It's Mario Party Star Rush. It's okay, actually. Mario Party Top 100, which was the missing Mario Party to complete all the Mario parties that I had in my collection. I have all the Mario parties. Why? This one does not need to exist. It's 100 mini games, cool. Put one singular shitty board. Not cool. WarioWare Gold, which is basically a compilation of a shit ton of micro games throughout the year. So definitely a good way to play those. Triple Deluxe, a very good Kirby game. I would recommend playing that. But Planet Robobot tops that off. It makes it's better. It's so much better. I would say the soundtrack is better in Triple Deluxe. But this, Robobot was awesome, especially with the Girl and Logon reference in the final boss. I hope they port these 2 to the Switch eventually, or at least do remasters. Alright, Link Between Worlds, my favorite 2D Zelda game. The wall, or like the wall merging mechanic, excellent. My very first Zelda game, Ocarina of Time 3D. And yeah, I did. Fuck, this is a classic for a reason. I already said it back in the when the N64. Majora's Mask. Now, I do like Majora's Mask. I love the way the tone is. I love the story. A lot of the gameplay is pretty good. It's just confusing as fuck when you're an idiot. But I would totally recommend a way to play in this, either the N64 version or this version. Triforce Heroes. I have never been in this game, probably never will because of the multiplayer aspect. Yes, you can play it by yourself, but it's miserable. So I would say just skip it, to be honest, unless you want to just, have a collection, or you just somehow to have 2 other people play it locally. Let's see. Hyrule Warriors Legends. I just honestly got this at for novelty reasons, and this is another one I got at the convention. Alright, Hey Pikmin, which is one of the games I hunted down quite a bit. I haven't really gotten a chance to get into it. I hear like mixed things. I hear it's good and it's bad. Let's see, Metroid: Samus Returns, a great way of playing this. Like this is a remake of Metroid 2: Return Samus. So yeah, I would recommend this version. I actually have the collector's edition. The box is way over there. Let's see, Star Fox 64 3D, great way of playing Star Fox 64. Kid Icarus Uprising, I did play this one. I was having a blast, but yeah, the people are right that it does cause a hand cramp eventually. So play it your will, but the game looks amazing for a 3DS game. Fire Emblem Awakening, I still have not played this one. Codename fucking Steam. I don't like you. Got it for $5 at Walmart. Sonic Generations for the 3DS. It's an interesting one. The choice of levels are interesting for the most part. It does focus more on the handheld history, but not enough. But I would say if you get a chance to play it, play it. It's worth at least playing once. Sonic Lost World for the 3DS. Not very good. Let's see. I'm going to put these two together. Sonic Boom, Shadow. Oh wow, I still haven't taken the sticker off of that one. Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, and Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice. I have not touched these. Oh shit. All right, let me get that real quick. Funny thing enough, I just noticed today actually that they are both the same icon. They were so lazy that they just used the same fucking icon. Oh man, I actually did not realize I needed. That was missing a sticker removal. Let's see, Castlevania Mirror of Fate. I was actually digging this one. I just dropped it. It's actually the same people that made Samus Returns over here. Rayman 3D. It's just basically Rayman 2, but honestly worse. I didn't like how this one played. Here's a unique one in my collection. A TUI collection, which has Mutant. This is a way that I have a physical copy of Mutant Muds and all these other games. I mainly got it from Mutant Muds, but this is like one of the last few limited run games for the 3DS. So hey, it was a pretty cool way of adding in my collection. Minecraft for new Nintendo 3DS. I just got this for novelty reasons, and also a couple friends and I were having like a Minecraft kick, and I mainly bought this also as a joke. And I just sent them a picture of me like playing it on the 3DS, and I said, "Yo, I'm playing the definitive edition of Minecraft." GB Robo Ziplash. It's very bland. Actually, I do have the amiibo that I got from the convention. Dream Trigger 3D. I only bought this because I thought it was kind of interesting. For the 2 years I was going to my local store, this was there the whole time. And I was just like, okay, I'll just pick it up. I booted it up and like, it was a confusing mess. Let's see, Steel Diver. I got this at a Goodwill for like $5. I think there's one game that doesn't have the case because it's Metroid Prime Hunter's First Hunt, which is just a tech demo for the DS, but I wanted to get it. All right, here it is. These will be covered in the PlayStation section. Let's see. Here's a Switch game with the World Champions. It's actually a sealed copy. So yeah. I have a Japanese Super Mario World and a Japanese Smash Brothers Melee. I just bought it for novelty. It's pretty cool to have like, something from Japan. Actually, it's kind of cool because it's from a reused shop in Japan. All right, and that will cover all of my Nintendo games. God help me for when it comes to PlayStation. Take care, everyone. Subscribe if you want to. I am out. Peace.